If you love pizza, and especially deep dish pizza, you've probably heard of Armand's. At its peak, there were 14 Armand's in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia.
The local pizzeria is celebrating 50 years of making pies. News 4's Mark Segraves visited the last remaining restaurant in Rockville, Maryland, spoke with the founder's son about being the first deep dish in D.C. and the first pizza shop to offer up delivery.
Ronnie Newmeyer still drives one of the original Armand's delivery trucks. One sign of its age, the phone number on the side was before you needed an area code. The idea to start offering delivery in the early 1980s was Ron's father's idea, Lou Newmeyer.
My dad was getting so many phone calls asking for carryout pizza. He decided that he needed to possibly open another shop just to handle that part of the business. Around that time, he saw that pizza delivery was becoming a thing in the Midwest of the United States. And again, he kind of got in very early on it and became the first pizza delivery in Washington, D.C. And he realized that the pizzas would get cold after not too long at all, and he needed a way to keep them hot. So he put a propane oven into the back of this truck, half-baked the pizzas, and decided to finish them off in the propane oven here. That way he'd be able to serve a hot, fresh pizza. And that's what we've been doing since 1986.
Lou Newmeyer opened his first Armand's in 1975 on Wisconsin Avenue in Tenleytown, after he had to close his sub shop.
It was very popular, called Armand Subway. But when Subway sandwich shops came to this area and contested him for the name, the judge ruled that we had to give up the name, so my dad had to find a different line of food business. He discovered deep dish pizza on a trip to Chicago and decided I can be the deep dish pizza king of Washington, D.C.
Success didn't take long. Soon, celebrities from President Jimmy Carter, whose daughter Amy had her birthday at Armand's, to rock stars like David Crosby, Graham Nash, and Bonnie Raitt, as well as President Barack Obama, were all fans of the deep dish pies.
It honestly took off like a rocket. It was right from the get-go. It was immensely successful. I think it exceeded what my dad thought was possible. We had lines around the block.
Members of the Washington football team had a private room at Armand's.
Oh yeah, that was the era of Jurgensen and Sam Huff and those guys hanging out upstairs at Armand's.
Armand's is named for Newmeyer's uncle Armand, who liked to bet on the horses.
One day he won a bunch of money at the track when my dad was opening his first sub shop. My dad had run short of his getting open money and said, if you give me the $5,000 you won at the track, I'll name the place after you and give you 10% of the business. And that's why it's called Armand's.
At one point, there was an entire fleet of the oven-toting delivery trucks. There's one iconic part missing from the last remaining truck.
There was a little man, kind of a wooden cutout on the top, and it was of a little guy, kind of looked like the Speedy Alka-Seltzer guy, holding up a pizza box, and his legs were on a little pinwheel. So when you drove, it looked like he was running real fast, and he was holding a pizza box up in the air. They would get knocked off with great regularity by drivers who would not be conscious of going into an underground parking garage.
From Rockville, at the last remaining Armand's, Mark Segraves, News 4.
I love that story. I mean, such a rich history and the incredible story about why he actually started doing deep dish pizza. That's pretty fascinating.
I didn't know that.
Of course, what would the story be without a segment to follow where we actually do a taste test? How about it? Had you had
missed the one
before
that was around the corner. It was around the corner. We used to get it for the station a lot, so we missed them. So I'm glad we're getting a chance to do it right now.
I'm from the Midwest, so I've had Chicago deep dish pizza, have liked it for years. This is veggie, because I don't eat meat, but all right.
Well, I married a New Yorker. I may not be allowed back in the house this evening after having this. So
not put it on TV, it's
I don't know. Yeah, it's true.
I like the crust. It has a nice sweetness to it. It's doughy, but it's not soggy.
I love go. What else, Amelia?
Well, that was my first bite. Let me try a bite. Well, Doug, what do you think, Doug?
No, I'm loving your description as well. That was pretty good.
That with her food.
And the tomato isn't too sweet, so it's a nice balance. And I know the cheese is reheated, and I think that pizza is best once it's reheated.
Yeah.
The cheese sets. Oh yeah, you get it up again, and it's like we get our pizza twice baked at home, or like baked, like where you can check extra bake.
Yeah.
I always like the microwave
reheated.
That was a good description. I just would have been like, it's good. I like it.
That's why we had Amelia.
Exactly right.
Not you.
I didn't think about the sweetness of the tomatoes.
We want to know what you wait.
Sorry, go ahead.
We want to know what kind of pizza people like the most, and it looks like 51% of you like
New York pizza.
New York pizza, like Erica's husband. So.
Yeah.
You guys can weigh in right now, scan the QR code, or go to NBCWashington.com/vote and let us know what you think.
And congratulations to them for 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
No kidding.